welcome again to our latest edition of The Learning Curve. And I am certainly honored today and excited about our guests that we have with us today. It's a little bit different than what we've done in our other episodes, but we have members of the Superintendent Student Advisory Council with us today. Grant Edmonson from West Monroe High School and Antonio Ford from West Washita High School. So gentlemen, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Having to skip class today, I know that's a big problem. But I was named Superintendent of Schools on February the 14th, 2023, so a little over a year ago. One of the first things that I did was go around the district and start visiting with employees, with parents and community members, and students. And as far as those students, the thing that I have done and enjoyed the most is the creation of the Superintendent's Student Advisory Council. And that's a mouthful.
That's tongue twister.
So we just call it the SAC. So these are two members of a 10 student member group that come and have met with us 2 or 3 times. They've met with me, they've met with some other local leaders and district leaders just to talk about school, their experience, what we can do better, how we can improve, and I think you're going to be just as impressed with these 2 young men as I am with them and the whole SAC committee. They're very, very impressive. So let's just start off over here with Grant. Grant, tell our viewers a little bit about yourself. You're a senior at West Monroe High School, and what's coming up for you?
So I played football throughout high school, and then going forward, I'm planning on attending tech and just getting a degree, hanging up the cleats. And so I'm excited about that free time. I don't know what I'm majoring in yet, but I'm just looking forward to the next chapter.
Okay, Antonio?
I'm Antonio. I plan to attend Harding and continue playing football and major in finance, or at least that's my plan.
Well, look, both of you guys, you both mentioned athletics. I know you're involved in lots of things on campus, but you're also very, very successful in the classroom, and that's certainly commendable to both of you. So how do you balance that academic success and your athletic success? Antonio, we'll start with you on that.
Just know that in order to play football or to go far with football, you have to have the grades. Our coach always talk about you're a student athlete first, so the grades definitely come first, and being a good person in the school is more important than what you do on the field.
Great. Grant?
I think just time management is a huge thing. A lot of people put so much into football that kind of engulfs them in their whole time, and so I think just finding a time where we can study in the classroom, just time management is a big thing. So just being disciplined in the fact that after practice you got to get your work done, and so like Antonio said, I mean, you can't play football unless you have grades. So I think that's something that has been established, is the fact that student first and then athlete.
Mm-hmm. So do y'all think being involved like you are in activities outside the classroom has helped you be successful both in the classroom and outside the classroom, either one of you?
I think so. Mm-hmm. It makes you a better person, a more just character-wise. You're able to do. You're not just so two-dimensional. And I think that's a big thing as far as character.
It allows you to be more responsible when you're doing other things. Especially with sports like football, you learn how to be more responsible, more like you're disciplined, so you know how to get your work done, whether it's football or in the classroom.
Right. So let's talk about classroom a little bit. So what are y'all's favorite subjects? What do y'all enjoy in school, other than football or track or anything else you're involved in? We'll start with you, Antonio, because he hasn't made up his mind when he wants to major in it. So
I would say math. A lot of people don't like math, but I think it's pretty cool, like with the numbers and just, I don't know, just something about math, like, kind of gets me excited.
I agree. Math's my favorite subject. I get a lot of hate for it, but I just, like Antonio said, I like math, I like numbers, and it sort of makes sense to me. So
I'm not going to ask you who your favorite teachers are, because I know all of them are. They always have been. So we won't broach that subject at all. But how do you challenge yourselves to be active like you are, so that you can do the workouts athletically, to do your club work if you're in clubs, to do your homework, to prepare for tests? How do you challenge yourself?
I think just not becoming complacent, getting out of your comfort zone. When there's opportunities, jump on the opportunities. There's so many things in school, opportunity-wise, like clubs, organizations, ways that we can just interact with the community that a lot of people don't take advantage of. And so I think just, getting out of your comfort zone and stepping out and taking some of those opportunities is a big thing.
Good deal. And that's coming from Mr. West Monroe High School.
Yeah, I agree with Grant about getting out of your comfort zone. I always believe that nothing easy is really worth it, but when you really put in the work or do something that someone else doesn't want to do, that's what separates you.
Good deal. We are finishing up National Public Schools Week in the United States, obviously, and we've kind of made an emphasis of highlighting some of our students, some of our employees, some of our graduates this week. Certainly proud of both of you and what you've been able to accomplish. I know you said you're considering majoring in finance. Maybe what are your future plans down the road?
I want to get into business and start eventually start a business, but I know that takes time, so still trying to figure that out.
Trying to figure it out. And I know you're trying to figure it out, but any thoughts maybe about Grand Edmonson down the road, 5 years from now?
Either like a wildlife person, I want to sort of thinking about forestry, and also either forestry or engineering. I could see me doing either of those things down the road, so I'm super excited.
As we mentioned earlier, we're finishing up National Public Schools Week here in Ouachita Parish, and along those lines, guys, if y'all would, Antonio, we'll start with you, just talk a little bit about the education you feel like you've received in the Ouachita Parish school system. Do you think it's prepared you to take that next step into college at Harding and beyond?
I do. I feel like the teachers at West Ouachita, they do a good job of making sure you understand a subject before moving on. Sometimes you'll get a teacher who says, all right, we only got this amount of time for a lesson, and if you don't understand it, then. But I think at West Ouachita, they do a good job of, if you don't understand it within the time period, they add a little bit more time, or they might help you out the class or something like that to make sure you really understand before moving on.
Grant, your thoughts on your preparation for Louisiana Tech and after?
I think they've prepared us really well. There's a lot of students who wouldn't say that, but I believe that they have, and it's just because they give us opportunities. Like I mentioned earlier, opportunities are a big thing, and they're supportive of us. They give us opportunities to, like Antonio said, talk after class, to spend more time on a subject. They're just really into what we want to do. They give us, for instance, they're supportive of what we want to do after high school. So they'll talk with us about future plans. We had a guy come in this past week and explain how a teacher gave him an opportunity to go to the next level. He didn't even know that there was going to be something like that at the next level, but a teacher gave him an opportunity to go, and that's what he does for a living now. And so I think it's just our teachers are really good here at Ouachita Parish, and so I'm just thankful for them and all that they've prepared me to do.
Good deal, good deal. And I mentioned earlier, they're members of our SAC committee, which is a group of students that meet with me and other district leaders regularly. They were the inaugural group, and we're kind of feeling our way through that, but it's been super visiting with y'all. What do y'all think this group could do in the future? I know your time on it is winding down. We're going to come have a couple more activities, but do you see some benefit in groups like this, getting the students involved?
I do. I think that it's important that students are giving feedback, because ultimately they're the ones who are in the classrooms and in the schools seeing it firsthand. So I think it's just important to get feedback from the firsthand people.
Yep, I agree with that, and I think it shows that the school board actually cares about the way they feel and what they have to go through during school. So to get that feedback from them, they'll appreciate it. It's more appreciated.
Right, and I'm thankful for these two guys, and that was one of my reasoning for starting the SAC, was to ask them direct questions. What do you feel about your classes? What do you feel about what we're offering? So we want them to be comfortable, but they have great insight on what they want to do in their future endeavors, and how our offerings will help prepare them for that and get them set up in a way where they can be successful, because that's the ultimate goal of our graduates being successful in whatever they feel they go to, whether they're going to college, or they're going to career in tech, or some other field. So I'm super proud of these guys. I know they represent our district and their schools very well. I know their parents are super excited about them, although sad that they're going to be going to college. I know that's a big step in the family life. It's a big step for us. But we're proud of these guys. We're proud of our graduates. that are graduating this year, and we're certainly proud of the graduates that we have in the community and are contributing to society now. So I want to thank you for watching this edition of The Learning Curve. We hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have by visiting with Grant, by visiting with Antonio. Just kind of give you a glimpse into our system and the students that we're lucky enough and fortunate enough to work with every day in our system. Thank you very much.